I'm Anya, and welcome to lesson 3. In this lesson, we are going to do There She Goes by The Laws. You can really find this sheet music anywhere. You can just look up like the chords to the song. I will put them like on the screen somewhere. But I'm only going to be doing half the song because this is just for practice. And I will be, oh, my tuner's stolen. I will be teaching the riff. I am not, like, the best at it yet, because I'm still learning, as a beginner is. But I can do the notes, so you can learn with me. Alright, let's get to it. So, for the riff, we're using these 2 strings. And on this specific sheet music, there's 6 lines for each string, and then there are numbers based off of what fret you're on. So you can use any fingers that you want. I typically use these 2 fingers for these 2 strings, or for the 3rd fret, my pointer finger for the 2nd fret, and my pinky for the 5th fret. So what you want to do is just play around with like your different positions of your hand, because it's different for everyone. My guitar teacher plays it like that and then just moves around a ton, and I don't like doing that because I don't have enough control for it yet. Hopefully one day I will. So I start off like this and then just follow the intro. So you go boom, ooh. And then you repeat that twice. There's no proper way to learn the riff because, well, like you have to use the notes, but you can do it. You can learn those notes any way you want, as long as they're on like the correct frets and the correct notes. Me personally, I like to use my 2nd and 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, my pointer finger on the 2nd fret, and my pinky on the 5th, because that just gives me like more control. My guitar teacher just uses these 2 fingers and it's just like going all around like that, and I don't know how he does it, but I don't have that control yet, which I'm working on. And you know, same thing as last video, you have to put your elbow there, take these 2 fingers and pluck this string and that string. Thumb on top of your B string and pointer finger below your E string, so it's easier to do like that. What I did to learn it was start to like figure out what positioning first I wanted my fingers in, and then I would repeat different sections of the riff over and over again. So I would start out with like, and then slowly add. Then add another part. Oops. See, I still do that. It's normal to make mistakes while doing this because after using this method, but once you get the hang of it, you can just go. And then you just slowly keep building on the chord until you can, riff, until you can, you know, play it slowly but surely, and then you start to speed it up until you make a riff. I'm still working on my speed, but I at least have the notes, and I'm sure you can too. Now we're gonna move on to chords. The best way to learn chords, in my opinion, is to have a chord sheet. You can just print something out like this anywhere on the internet, and then look up the chords and just copy them down onto your paper using the numbering method. So, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just practicing having your hands like that, like in the position, like, you know, D, G, C. And there's actually a lot of ways, tips and tricks, to move around faster. In this song particularly, a C is actually this in like, that's the actual C chord. But the way I do it for this song is I just do this, because it's the same note, and it's just easier to transition, because you can transition from G to C, add 9. That's what this chord is called. And then same thing for A minor. This is A minor and C. A really easy, smooth transition. The most difficult part is getting from here to here, for sure, or here to here. This is why I'm only doing half the song, because I'm just sticking with 4 chords, because the bridge includes like 3 more chords, which I'm not skilled enough for yet. So let's get started. The chord of progression of this song is G, D, C, G, D, C, G, D, C, A minor again, C, A minor again, C, and then D. The best way to learn how to transition through the chords is just to practice them over and over again. So make sure you're comfortable with playing a single chord. So this is a G. This is my hand positioning for a G, and I just strum over and over again. Just. And then I try a C. So. And then I move. I try moving between them. So I start with a G, then move to C. G, C. And then I just try like a strumming pattern. So let's just go up and down. Just kind of. And then you repeat that with every single chord, and that makes it just a much easier transition to start. Next, we figure out the strumming pattern. If you listen to the song, you can hear the pattern that they do in the song. It is easier to just kind of sound it out how you feel the song should go, but the way I did it is my guitar teacher and I listened to the song and we figured it out. So first, you take your G, which is the first chord of the song, and you go. So 2 strums down and 1 strum up. So it goes like. And then you switch to D right after that, and it goes she. And it's same thing. 2 strums down, 1 strum up, 1 rotation, like just once. And then you go to a C. It goes goes. So you do 2 strums down, 1 up, 1 down, 1 up. So then you finish up, so you can go right back down for when you play your G. So all together it sounds like this. Like that. It's probably less harsh than what I just played, but I'm playing it like that to show like the rhythm and the strumming pattern. It's quite a simple strumming pattern, but it takes a second to figure out the groove. And when you strum, this is a very important tidbit, when you strum, you want to hold your pick kind of like this, so then it has enough movement, so when you strum, say these are the strings, it bends with the strings, so then you get a nice crisp sound. But make sure you don't drop it. Like, you want to have a firm hold, but just enough like looseness that it will bend when it hits the strings. Hook has a slightly different strumming pattern than the chorus does, and that's just because it just does the last thing that the C does. So it goes, and I just can't resist the feeling that remains. And then, so it's just down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. And then you, at the end, so it goes the feeling that remains. And then you do a D chord and just go, I think 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times. And then you go straight back into your G and just go, there she goes again, through my face, and I just can't say the feeling that remains. Woo. So at that part, I need to look at I try hard not to look at my fretboard because I want to improve my memorization of the chords, but sometimes, you know, the strings are a little hard to find. So it's okay to look at your fretboard. Okay, let's get to it. We're gonna do the whole song now. We're gonna only do like half the song because it's just, you know, a practice, but we're gonna focus especially on our strumming and our chords. All right, let's get into it. 1, 2, 3, 4. There she goes again, coursing through my brain, and I just can't contain this feeling that remains. There she goes again, pulsing through my veins, and I just can't contain this feeling that remains. All right, you did it! Congratulations. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this lesson.